Hey everybody, Joe Price here. This is the first of two videos that will focus on Pumpkin Moon auto farming. This first video will feature a newly designed AFK arena that is capable of generating a huge amount of money per night and is also record setting. I'll be able to reach the final wave in record time. The second video will center around a newly designed cannonball arena, which is perfect for those that are just starting the farming of moon events. Alright, so let's check out this newly designed arena. It's called the Omega Moon Auto Farm, and it's entry A7 in the hub. Alright, so let's input that, and let's head over there. Alright, so here we are. So the first thing we'll note is that this is a fairly compact farm. It doesn't use that many spear traps in comparison to the previous AFK farms that I designed. And the other thing of note is that the spear traps, they get turned on the moment I teleport in, so really convenient here. So let's explain how this farm is designed. By first teleporting to a region directly below the farm here where the spawn surface is located. So to my left is a bird statue that's going to be activated the moment I teleport in, okay, through that blue wire. And it's going to send a bird over the pressure plates here that are connected to 1 second timers. So the 1 second timers will be activated in staggered fashion, and the 1 second timers are connected to the spear traps within these batteries. Now these wires, they snake around up top and they pass through the other spear trap batteries that are located there. Alright, so some other things to point out. So the spawn surface is only 17 tiles wide. That's good enough to reach the maximum spawn rate. And it's constantly buffeted by these spear tips. Since spear traps and other traps, they do piercing damage. Piercing damage is capped at 6 hits per second. So I end up using 12 spear traps in each one of these batteries to reach the hit cap. So all of the mobs will spawn here, and of particular interest to me are the actual bosses throughout the Pumpkin Moon event. So the pumpkins, when they spawn here, they'll be hit quite a bit by these spear tips, and eventually they'll settle at a position that's directly above me while I sit in this box. So while they're directly above me, they're of course going to get hit by the spear traps here, but I'm also going to be summoning ravens into the space directly above. So all of the pumpkins will be continuously hit by the ravens. Secondly, the morning woods that are going to be spawning on the spawn surface below, bizarrely enough, they'll elevate themselves to where the player is positioned. As it so turns out, if the player is directly above any morning woods, and this also applies to Frost Moon bosses, Everscream, and Santa NK1. So yeah, if the player is directly above them, if there are any solid blocks between the player and where the bosses are, those bosses will actually start climbing up the solid blocks. So this is perfect. I actually want the morning woods to come up to where I am, so that way the ravens will end up massively damaging any of these morning woods. And of course the morning woods will also be hit by the spear tips. Now, just to explain some of these levers, or some of these switches I should say. The switch that's right below me to the left will take me back to the teleporter hub. And the other switch to the right is the one I just used to reach the region just below the spawn surface. I teleport there at the end of the event to pick up any drops from any of the minor mobs that are killed there. The other switches, this switch to my immediate right will summon a merchant. This merchant is very convenient to have here to sell off all the gear, because there's going to be tons and tons of stuff that's going to drop over the course of this entire event. So I can send the merchant back and call the merchant back at any time. The two switches that are directly above me, the one that's to the top left will summon the slime from this slime statue, and that slime is going to protect me throughout the entire event. That's only possible if the slime gains damage priority, and to do that I need to make sure that when I summon the slime there are no other mobs in the world. Now, that's easy enough to accomplish because, again, if we head back down here, the spawns are blocked to the left and to the right. This lava extends 84 blocks from player position horizontally, so that ensures that all the spawns are blocked there. And anything that spawns directly below these spear traps, well, it's going to die almost instantaneously, making it relatively safe to summon a slime and make sure that that slime is going to have damage priority. The final switch here opens up the ceiling and blocks off some of these spear traps. This way, I can exit and pick up any wayward drops from any of the bosses. Some of the times the drops just get stuck in the walls here. But most of the drops will end up being directly above me or just go directly into my inventory. Just one last thing to point out here. I'll be summoning 9 ravens into the chamber directly above, and those ravens are going to be trapped here, which is perfect because that will ensure that the ravens are going to be hitting all of the bosses that end up hovering above me a maximum number of times. So these ravens will be doing a lot of damage. Now, the actual protocol that I'm going to be using is a little more complicated than the protocol that I used in previous videos. I'll be detailing that protocol in a written guide, the link to which is in the description box of this video. The guide will also have a schematic that will show you exactly how to build this farm, and it'll give you all the dimensions, so that way if you want to actually build this in your own worlds, you can just follow the schematic. You can also preview this farm by downloading the ultimate world that I'll make available for download here, and just remember, input A7 into the teleporter hub to reach this this particular farm. Now, just one quick thing about the protocol that I'll follow. For summoning the ravens. Once the ravens are summoned, I'll end up switching into crit gear, and I'll actually be holding on to the Godly Obsidian Swordfish. So right now it's at 35% critical strike chance, but as I swap in some accessories that will boost critical strike chance, I'll actually bring that up to 69%, and with potions, I'll boost it up all the way up to 81%. So again, you can read about that protocol in the guide in the description box. So in any event, I'll be moving on to the next segment shortly, which will feature the full night of the Pumpkin Moon event. I'm doing this just to provide proof for the amount of platinum that I'll generate at the end of that event. And you'll also see me putting up the time for the final wave. And yeah, that'll come up relatively quickly. Now, just be warned, you should turn your sound down because it's going to get pretty loud, especially the slime hitting the player. And feel free to just fast forward to the end of the event if you just want to see me selling off all the drops and amassing the 42 plus platinum at the end of the event. Alright, so enjoy the Pumpkin Moon event that's going to be showcased shortly, and I'll see you in the next video when I showcase the Cannonball Arena.